Hello there, welcome to Chat and Chew. We are so glad you have joined us today. I would like to introduce to you and interview a few of my awesome students who are in the program of the Nutrition and Dietetics program at Loma Linda University. So first of all, let's talk to Megan at my farthest right. Hello, Megan.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going great. How are you?
I'm doing great too. Excited to be with you ladies. Tell us, where are you from?
I'm from northern Idaho.
Ah, wow, that's quite a ways from here.
It is quite a ways.
I see that you were excited that it finally got cold here.
Yes, it finally rained yesterday, and that's my weather. That's my weather.
Nice. Now, my question for you is, if you could go back to your teenage self, what would you have told yourself to do as far as nutrition habits, practices, that type of thing?
Okay, let's see. So there are definitely a lot of things I would change from when I was a teenager for what I was eating, but definitely to eat more fruits. So I feel like I liked fruits okay, but I liked other foods better. So I just ate those other foods. But now I've learned that at the end of a meal, if I'm still kind of hungry, I'll just eat a piece of fruit, and it fills me up pretty well, and I don't have to go back for seconds.
I love that. That is great. And with fruit, you get a lot of good nutrients that benefits you. So excellent. Thank you for sharing that. Wonderful. And next we have Arlene. Hello, Arlene.
Hello.
Where are you from?
I am from South Texas.
Wow, South Texas. And you were just there recently.
I was this past weekend.
This past weekend?
Yes, for a friend's wedding.
So you were in and out though, right? It was
I was.
Quick trip?
Quick trip. It was actually colder there than it is here.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Well, Arlene, can you tell us about the research you and your buddy are doing for your master's program?
Of course. Actually, Megan here is my research partner.
Oh, is she? Well, look at that. How convenient. She's right next to you.
I know. And the study of our research is called the Effects, Perceptions, and Attitudes of Previously Sedentary Individuals Starting an Exercise Program.
Ah, wow.
So we're getting participants, and we want to see if they were previously sedentary and now they're starting an exercise program on their own, and we want to see if that makes a difference on diet, if they decide to eat healthier or not, and then we also want to ask them questions as to why they want to eat healthier or why they didn't think about eating healthier. So really just want to dig into that and their motivation as to why they decided to make this change.
That is great. Where are you now in this process? Are you done or?
So now we are actually in the middle of our research study. We just did our mid-assessment this past weekend, thanks to Megan. So I wasn't here.
Yay.
So much fun.
We did our mid-assessment where we tested their in-body, we got their body fat percentage.
Wow.
And we also got our second food frequency questionnaire. And we are also in the process of recruiting more participants for our second round starting in January.
Okay, very good. Boy, that's a lot of work you ladies are doing there.
It sure is.
Yeah, but it's fun work,
We're
right?
having fun.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Last but not least, we have Zenaida.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Zenaida, where do you come from?
Well, I was born in Indio, California, but I grew up in Coachella.
Oh, Coachella.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
I'm kind of a local, I guess you could say, compared to them.
Definitely.
Okay, that is wonderful though. Okay, so my question to you is, what is your favorite personal nutrition practice, nutrition tip that you do yourself on a daily basis?
I would have to say I try to portion out or make small portions of my meals.
Okay.
Just because I do sometimes, when there's potlucks at work, I do eat with my eyes. And that's something that I've been trying to change. So I try to start off with smaller portions. And if I'm hungry, still hungry after eating that, I do go back and I get a little bit more.
Very good. It's nice that you're listening to your hunger and you're not denying it, but yet you're doing it in an appropriate manner.
Exactly, yes.
Great, thank you. Well, thank you so much, ladies. So today's episode is called Busting Vegetarian Myths, Thanksgiving edition. Ooh, this is great. I am so excited to see what the ladies have to say. So then, ladies, I'm going to ask, are any of you vegetarians?
Yeah, so I've actually been a vegetarian my whole life. I have never eaten any meat.
Okay.
So
That's fantastic.
I was raised vegetarian. My parents just brought me up that way. It comes from our Seventh-day Adventist religion, so
Yes.
most Seventh-day Adventists are vegetarians.
Right.
And I'm really happy that I'm vegetarian because I have learned so many tips and tricks and so many ways to cook food that's really tasty.
Wow. That's excellent. Thank you so much. Let's see. What about Arlene?
So I have not been vegetarian my whole life.
Okay.
I grew up eating meat, mostly poultry, because for some reason I never liked eating beef.
Okay.
When I was little, my mom, my family was always big on eating meat, so my mom was like, you need to eat this, and I just did not like it, and so I never ate.
It was built in.
Yeah, I never ate beef, but I grew up eating a lot of poultry.
Okay.
And then I started eating less and less as I got older. My mom, she's also Adventist, so she started learning more and more about the health message, and she decided to cook less and less meat. And then I went off to college, and going to Adventist universities, I kind of just weaned off of all the poultry because, in the universities, they don't serve any meat. So I just kind of weaned off of it and didn't feel the need to go back. So I've been vegetarian for about 4 years now.
4 years.
Yep.
So it was helpful to go to an Adventist university, right? It enhanced that experience even more.
Yeah. And I didn't feel the need to eat any more chicken or turkey. I didn't feel the need to go back. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing. And what about Sinaida?
So I actually grew up in a home where meat was on the menu for every single meal.
Yeah, just like many of us.
Yes, and
right.
so I didn't learn about vegetarianism until I got to Loma Linda University.
Oh,
But it was there that I learned that there's different types of vegetarian diets that people can follow.
Correct.
But my favorite part of learning about vegetarianism has been actually trying the vegetarian dishes. They have blown me away. They're so delicious, and I know that they're so full of just nutrients that we need.
Yeah,
So,
fantastic.
yeah, although I don't practice a vegetarian diet currently, I am more aware of the amount and the type of meat that I am eating. And I do try to include a lot more fruits and vegetables and whole grains into my meals.
Excellent. And I think that's really what's so important because everybody is different depending on, our upbringing or what we even feel is best for us.
Right.
But the fact that all of us do our best to let the base of our meals come from plants, vegetables, and fruits, legumes, things like that, no matter the variations of what we top our protein sources with, the base of our meals do come from plants, which is a good thing.
Exactly.
That's a very healthy practice. So it works. Yeah. All right, ladies. So thank you for sharing your experiences, and let's see what can you show us today? I know you've got something to show us.
Yes, so today we will actually be showing you how to make 3 different dishes that you can include for your Thanksgiving celebration.
Oh, show me.
So
show me.
to start us off, Arlene will be showing us how to make an entree.
All right, Arlene, go ahead.
I will be starting off by making the green bean casserole.
Okay, yum. That's always a must for Thanksgiving.
So let's turn this stove on, get it going here. And the first thing you want to do is add some butter, 2 tablespoons of butter right here, a little bit. Let that melt, and then we're gonna add the mushrooms, some salt, and mix it in for a little bit, and I'll wait for this to heat up a little bit.
Alrighty.
Melt. And then we're gonna add, you wanna add the salt to the mushrooms to make sure that the water seeps out and the flavor, it really helps flavor it. Then once that starts going, we're gonna add the nutmeg and garlic.
Oh, ooh, nutmeg to the green bean casserole.
Yeah, it really gives it.
Wow,
I was surprised about that too.
That's why I'm stumbling on my words. I'm like, wow, that is so cool. Okay, I can't wait to try it with the nutmeg in there.
Yeah, it's a small amount. It's just a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, but it really helps it round out the flavor, give it a a tone, a darker tone to it. It's really good. It's not like very prominent. It's just
Okay.
a small little bit.
Good to know. So while you're doing that, I'm going to
Yes.
ask you and the other ladies, do vegetarians, though, have a hard time getting their protein?
Actually, that is a very big misconception. A lot of people think like, oh, you're vegetarian, like you don't get enough protein. But that's not necessarily true.
Okay.
We
I'm
get
happy to hear that.
we get a lot of protein in our diet. For example, on the nuts, seeds,
So true.
beans. We also have complete proteins like quinoa, and if you combine your beans with rice, you get a complete protein there too.
Okay.
So there's plenty of sources.
All right. So then, if you don't have a turkey, though, for Thanksgiving, a real one, then where do you get your protein?
Well, for example, in this recipe,
Yes.
we are adding some cashews, some cashew
Oh.
cream, and that adds a little bit of protein to this
Yes, there it
specific
is.
recipe.
Yeah, there's some of it in there already.
Yeah, so you can really just add more if you like more, or add little bits and pieces into different recipes, and that way you consume enough protein. It doesn't have to be one main dish with all of your protein.
That's an excellent point. It doesn't have to come from one entree at all.
Exactly.
It can be spread throughout the meal, getting your protein. Okay. All
You
right.
can hear this starting up now.
Yes.
You really want
See
to
it
mix
cooking.
it in well. Yeah. Mix it in well and get all the mushrooms coated with the butter. So this
Yes.
looks like a lot of mushrooms, but it's actually not that much because they shrink a lot.
That's right. They do.
They get really, really small.
That
so you just really
water
want.
content evaporates.
So I'm gonna add some salt here.
Okay.
Coat it.
So I have another question regarding. I'm not done with the protein questions. Got more
Oh
coming here.
man.
So what about the veggie meats? Do you have to eat veggie meats in order to get the amount of protein you need? I know protein's everywhere, but do you have to eat veggie meats?
That's a great question.
Okay.
So, I personally eat veggie meats mostly because I like the taste of them.
Yeah.
But you definitely don't have to eat veggie meats to get enough protein. Like Arlene was saying, you can get it from so many sources: nuts, seeds. You can get it from dairy, from eggs, even soy products.
Yes, indeed.
So I definitely try to stick with more of those, also because the veggie meat tends to be higher in sodium.
Right.
So I definitely would recommend that in moderation.
For sure. You're absolutely right. And since you did mention soy, though, you know, people say, oh, we've heard it causes cancer. What are your thoughts about that?
Right. So actually, there is no scientific evidence that soy causes cancer.
Phew.
In fact, yes,
What a
contrary to
relief.
the belief
Yes.
that soy causes cancer, there's been studies that have shown that it actually protects against certain types of cancer.
Oh.
Yes.
What are those certain types?
Well, for women,
Yeah.
women who consume soy during their childhood and adolescence, it has been shown that it lowers their lifetime risk for breast cancer.
Wow,
Yes.
that's excellent. For
And-
those who have young kids or who are planning on having children, keep this in mind.
Yes.
Exactly. And for men, it has been shown to decrease their risk for prostate cancer.
So true. You're absolutely right.
Yes. But it's important to, if you're going to follow a meatless diet,
Right.
to consume a little bit of soy because it is a complete protein and it helps get those calcium requirements that people need as well.
That's a beautiful thing. So we shouldn't be afraid of those veggie meats, but we just have to be mindful because of the sodium content.
Yes.
So that for me, I do like tofu myself, and yeah, I know it doesn't have flavor in and of itself, but it
Right.
does soak up the flavors that you add
Yeah,
to
definitely.
it. when you're cooking.
Ooh,
Right,
look at
let's
that.
see. Yeah,
Looks like it's
the mushrooms
sizzling.
are looking beautiful.
Yeah, as you can see here in the center how water is coming out. You really want to see
Correct.
that. You want to keep it cooking until you see some of the water seeping out. And you see how the mushrooms have shrunk a lot?
Right.
They're a lot smaller. So we're going to add the nutmeg
There it goes. Nutmeg.
and some garlic, 2 cloves of garlic.
Okay. Oh, I love garlic. The more garlic, the better.
Really gives it flavor.
Yes.
Yes, and then we're gonna cook this for about another minute
Okay.
to really get that garlic. Mix it in really well. Make sure that nutmeg is spread out. You definitely don't want it in one spot. It's very
True.
strong.
Yeah, it'd be too strong.
So you really want to spread it out really well.
And Arlene, didn't you receive some culinary experience though
I
in your
did.
program, right?
Yes.
So we can call you a chef too.
Technically, yeah.
She's our expert.
and what school was that you?
I went to Southern Adventist University and I
That's
got
fantastic.
my vegetarian culinary arts there.
Oh, wow.
So when you
That's
see all the
great.
liquid in there, we're gonna spread the flour. And we're
Okay.
adding flour here to help thicken the water so that
Right.
the casserole's not super watery,
Yes.
but it's thickened. Mix it in until you get like almost a paste. Mix it in really well
Yes.
right here.
Now, for someone who is gluten-free, what's another starch that they can use?
So there's a number of flours, different flours out there now that is used. Any flour, gluten-free flour can be used. Megan does the recipes that are gluten-free quite often, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister, she has celiac disease, so we have to avoid wheat for all of her recipes. So we like it's a mixture. There's just one brand that's a mixture of like lots of different types of flours. It works pretty well.
Oh, good
Yes.
to know.
Yeah, so we actually made
Okay.
all of these recipes gluten-free as well.
Wow,
And they were
fantastic.
delicious.
Oh,
Yes.
yum. Excellent.
And now you see here is once it's kind of thickened up already, there's like not much liquid left.
True.
We're gonna add vegetable broth.
That's going to
Just
add a lot of
one
good
cup
flavor.
of vegetable broth.
Okay. 1 cup. All right.
Yep, and then you're just gonna mix it in, make sure that there's no clumps left with the flour.
Yes.
It was all bunched up.
Okay.
Mix it
That
in
is
really well.
great.
And
Yes.
then comes in the cashew cream.
Oh.
So for the
nice.
cashew cream, all we did was get 1 cup of cashews and blend it up with a little bit of water.
Okay.
And you have your cashew cream.
Wow. That
Looks so
Looks
pretty.
so creamy.
It's so pretty.
And delicious.
Add it in.
Okay. So you made the cashew cream yourself.
Yes, I did.
How many cups of cashews did you
1
use?
cup of cashew, you put it into the blender and you add enough water to cover it.
Look
So-
at that. That's all cashews and just water.
Yeah, and it's nice and thick because you don't want to water it down too much. You don't want like a
Okay.
cashew milk.
Got it.
So you just want barely enough water that it blends up.
Yes.
Mix it in until it's about mixed in well. And then we're going to add heavy cream, 1 cup of heavy cream.
Okay.
And if you'd like to make this vegan, you can substitute margarine for butter.
Uh-huh.
And instead of adding heavy cream, you could just add more cashew cream.
Yes.
And it'll also give you more protein.
Okay.
So then you'll just mix this in really well until you keep it cooking for about 5 minutes until it starts to thicken.
Got it. All right.
And so over here, we're gonna have our casserole containers where we're gonna put everything in. We have cooked green beans. They're already cut and everything. You can get them frozen. You can get fresh ones. We're gonna put them in here since they don't fit in our pan here. But you can put them in our pan, but they're supposed to be pre-cooked ahead of time. So you're just gonna pour it in here.
Okay.
And once this starts to thicken, you're gonna let it simmer for a little bit until it starts to thicken, and then you're gonna add it to the casserole.
All right. Yeah, that sounds
And then
good.
we're gonna top it with some green onions.
Awesome. All right. Okay, so I know you're gonna finish that up.
Yes.
And why don't we get to our next recipe?
Of course.
And who's going to do that one?
I'm going to show you guys our next recipe. So this one's super good for Thanksgiving because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I feel a little guilty after eating all that food. So
Right.
this one is going to incorporate some vegetables.
Oh, fantastic.
So-
Yeah, why don't we bring that tray up closer to the middle there so
Okay.
that
Yeah.
the camera can definitely get what you're doing. Okay.
All right.
Looking like the rainbow over there.
Yeah, so that's the one thing that I love about this recipe. Really incorporates all the different colors.
Beautiful.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our veggies and we're just gonna spread them out in a row. Make sure you do it based on color.
Okay.
So you get that pretty color effect.
Yes.
And you can choose any vegetables that you want. I've chosen some red bell pepper, orange bell pepper, some yellow squash,
Guy, look how beautiful.
broccoli, and red onion. So it's just gonna really bring out the colors in
That's
this.
right. So what makes this recipe so special?
So, like I was saying, this is such a colorful recipe.
Yes.
And it's really important that you eat all different colors of fruits and veggies because
right.
different ones have different nutrients in them.
That's it. You're going to tackle so many different types of nutrients for
Yeah.
so many different reasons.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be that much more special because of its wide array
Exactly.
of results, of impact. Okay.
And then we're just gonna add some canola oil. We're just gonna drizzle that on.
Beautiful.
Try to make it nice and even over everything.
Okay.
And then we have our seasonings. You can use whatever seasonings you want.
Yeah.
I personally like to use chives, a little bit of oregano and rosemary, as well as some thyme and a little bit of salt.
Okay.
And we're just gonna sprinkle it
Wow.
nice and even.
Boy, that's so easy.
It is so easy.
Not hard. I think like if people had kids too, they could
Yes.
have them help.
They would love making this.
Put that on the tray and sprinkle it with all that goodness on there.
Yeah. And then we just kind of mix them together. Don't mix up the colors, of course. And then once we've done that, we're just going to pop it in the oven.
Great.
400 degrees for
Okay.
about 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah. So
There you go.
as that's being popped in the oven,
Yes.
we're gonna go to our next recipe.
Yes.
All right.
And for today,
Yeah.
I will be showing you guys how to make a great, delicious dessert. I don't know about you, but every Thanksgiving celebration, I somehow find room in my stomach for a little bit of dessert at the end.
Yes,
always.
indeed.
Yes. So today we will be making an apple crisp. And for that, you only really need 9 ingredients. So
Okay.
you're gonna need some oats. So
There
we're
you
gonna
go.
mix in into a medium-sized bowl. Half a cup of oats, a 1/4 cup of flour, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar,
Yes.
half a teaspoon of cinnamon, an 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg, and an 1/8 teaspoon of salt. And basically, you want to take that and mix all of those dry ingredients together.
Okay. That's always fun to
Yes.
do, isn't it? It's just relaxing to just mix things. Yeah. It's therapeutic.
It is.
I wanted her to do that so quickly and so efficiently.
And then after that,
Okay.
actually, we're gonna take our butter. You want a 1/4 cup of butter, and I've already cut the butter into slices, but it's been sitting out a little, so it's
yeah.
a little melted.
All right.
But I'm gonna have Megan
Yes.
blend that up for me. So
right.
she wants to mix in those dry ingredients with the butter.
Nice. It's nice you don't need a blender.
Yes.
And
Just
while
use human blender.
Yeah.
Easy.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna start making the apple filling.
Okay.
Actually,
Yes. That's not hard to do, is it, huh, Megan?
No,
it's
this
just
is- it's
super
fun.
easy. It's
I'm
nice
really-
to have that gadget.
Yeah.
and for the apple filling, we need about 2 cups of sliced apples,
Okay.
and we're gonna place a tablespoon of flour in there.
That looks good.
Yes, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, an 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg, and an 1/8 cup of brown sugar.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm gonna start mixing that up as so,
Okay.
just to cover up the apples with all of these dry ingredients.
So, how can this dessert be healthy?
Well, as opposed to an apple pie, in this recipe, you're actually getting the nutritious value from the oats, the rolled oats.
There you
yes.
go. Correct.
Rolled oats have fiber, and fiber has been shown to lower cholesterol levels and to help prevent chronic diseases such as
Excellent.
cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and obesity.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's a really good benefit to keep that at bay as much as possible with good food like this.
Exactly. And you're enjoying this wonderful dessert knowing
True.
that you're getting the nutritious value from it.
Yes.
So to the apple filling, I'm going to add about a squeeze of lemon juice and a pinch of salt.
All right.
Yes. And so once that's all mixed together, we're going to throw this into an 8x8
There
inch
you
dish
go.
container.
Okay.
I can smell that already.
It smells delicious.
so
It smells
good.
cinnamon.
You know what? I'm going to have the
Yes.
rest of you get your dishes
Yeah.
so that we can show everybody what you've made.
Yes.
Okay, and then Sanaida's going to finish that up
Yes. At the end, you just want to place the oat topping over the apples.
Wow, that's also so easy to do.
Easy. And you pop this into the oven at 350 degrees for 40 minutes. And
Okay.
you let it sit out for 15 minutes to cool before serving.
Wow. All right. All right, ladies, let's bring it all out.
Yes, we have our
look at
finished
this.
product right here.
Right here. Let's bring it in the middle and show everybody. Look at these vegetables. Look how beautiful they look. Oh, yes. Okay, and look at, we have a whole meal right here for us.
Yum.
We have our vegetables, our beautiful green bean casserole. And then, wow. So then, being vegetarian or eating vegetarian, it doesn't look like it would be boring or tasteless
Well,
at all.
let's try it out, and you can see for yourself.
Okay,
Yeah, I
let's
can't
go
wait for
ahead
this part.
and do that. I've been waiting this whole time. Yes.
Let me get you a plate.
Okay.
Serve you up some of this
Oh.
casserole.
Yes. I'm having Thanksgiving right now.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
Let's not forget dessert.
And I'm having my dessert. I can have it guilt-free.
Guilt-free. Yes.
And all right. Oh, I'm so excited.
There you go.
Okay. And do we have any spoons? Let's see.
Yes.
I'm gonna help myself here.
I'm gonna try to get you all the colors here.
There you go. Oh my, this is so exciting. I'm gonna start eating.
You start eating. How was that?
Arlene, amazing. Wonderful. And this, being vegetarian can be so delicious and a great experience, and you can also get even more healthy too this way. So thank you so much for being with us. We hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we wish you all a wonderful time eating well in order to live well.